What's up, everybody? Here with Trey. Trey, what'd you just pull off, bro?
I just got top 8 at Nats with my favorite.
With the boy, okay.
Boy Icarus.
All right, before we get into the deck profile, you want to say anything?
So today was insane. Shout out Marquise for basically snatching the win from me in game 2. But we'll get into that later. But he made it on top 4. I just lost. But best leader, tag draw 1, take a life potentially if you want to. Awaken at 4 or less life, draw 2, and then you combo 1 and you draw. So and they bring back 1 and draw. So a really good leader.
All right, let's get into it.
So this is mono yellow, and
it's not mono yellow. What is it?
It's black and yellow.
It's black and yellow, baby.
So 3 basil.
Look at that logo. Black is black and yellow.
Yeah, this is PPG Icarus.
PPG Icarus.
So best one-drop win con. Basil. 3 weeks for anti-soul striker. I only played 1, but it did come up when I played it in the last round. Shout out to Joku. Epic match. I got 3 of last straw. This card, I can't wait to get the alternate art from Mythic Booster. This card was the reason why I won a few games in the mirror, and just when your opponent thinks they can just stall you at 6, you go straight to swinging down with a double striker that shouldn't have been there. They didn't assume it was there, and then you awaken and do your normal shenanigans. Yeah. And this is mainly for Cell Surge, but we didn't play against any, so this is your 1-drops. To your skillless package, we got 2 of each of the boys. We got the new boy and the other one.
The sleepy boy. Why split? Doesn't matter?
No, so the one reason that is your opponent doesn't know how many you have. Okay. So that's the reason why I really think about it, but yeah, you had to keep the original one and then 2 sleepy boys.
I got you.
Couldn't get rid of my OG. Then you got the Juan special. So shout out to Juan.
Shout out to Juan.
This card is insane against Soul Striker, against basically anything. If you get it in the early game, it becomes a mean of like aggression that gets around riposte, and it just pops off for 2 dudes. Or you get to boost your skills.
Yeah. So you play this right. You can swing, pop it off, summon 2 skillless, or if you already have skillless on board, you play it, plus it, give everything 5, and then you generate 2 to 3 15k attackers for 1 energy, right?
You make your opponent lose 3 cards out of their hand.
Yeah, exactly.
And this deck already is the best advantage deck. 2 Trunks Unison, everyone knows I love this card. This is important in the mirror match. It helps kill Unisons as well, so it helps keep maintain the markers on Soul Striker's Unison. It's just a win con. There's a few times where if this was a different Unison in my hand, I would have lost. But it was really nice at 2. You can play 3, but I'm playing the other 2 Unisons instead.
Fair enough.
4 super combo, draw. Specifically no Zamasu, because I really wanted to filter out all the extra Unisons and extra cards that are teched in here just to dig and make sure that you can see all your super combos.
Yep.
Extra card package. 4 Power Super Saiyan. This card's insane. Helps filter. Helps you see all your cards. You already draw a lot of cards. This helps you draw even more cards. 3 Final Flash is perfect. A lot of times you charge 1 and then you end up using these 2 to try to kill your opponent or to stop your opponent from killing you. A lot of times people combo up to 25 and you're like, here's 15.
Yep.
And then the last one was really clutch. A lot of times your token negate. This is Frieza Army Reinforcements. Spawn a token, take a life. Or you just pay 2.
Tell them the synergy.
Oh, and also it spawns a token that has a blocker the turn you play it. So afterwards, it synergizes with your Unison. So Unison boosts it as well. Which is really nice. It came up a few times. And to go with our extra cards, you got 4 Riposte, the win con.
The win con, baby.
This card literally, it just stops your opponent's turn. And if they do play into it, you drop Poutine and then the other extra card related card. The same thing, it reduces cost for extra cards in play or in drop. And
energy or drop.
And energy or drop. And then you have this one, who's a Crusher Ball Goku blocker that draws a card. It's a giant ball that doesn't interact in the same window. And then you have 4 Turles. This is one of the best win cons that you really needed. It's a 5k. It's essentially an offensive war cry. It didn't come up a ton, but there are situations where it's really important to remove stuff. So could potentially go down to 3, but I don't really think it's worth it. It's a 5k yellow card at worst. 2 Cooler, Bad Ring. This card's insane. And then 1 Bergamo. This card's insane as well. Every time I resolve this card, I do believe I won. It's dumb. Poutine to go along with the Bergamo. I hit Joku with the special of. He reposted. He swung riposte the rest of the thing, and I was like Bergamo and Poutine at the same time, and he was trying to use Kefla, and it's over.
Savage.
The Tech 1 Max Power. This is Giancarlo special.
Love that card.
This came up a few times. It's really nice at killing off your opponent's secret rare that they play on your turn. That's really what it's for, really.
Yeah.
There are a few other niche, like, and no, I never use the take 4 to add them out of my hand. To Deburr in the main deck, good decision in theory, but it never came up.
How many Cell Surge did you play?
0.
Okay.
So I main deck Deburr for literally no reason.
Not no reason.
No reason.
We didn't know we weren't going to play any Cell Surge, okay?
But it was to ensure that we did get that match, because if you go first and they don't play around this, they lose.
Yeah.
1 Mass Sand, Secret Identity, not 2, and 1 Fighting Against Fate. This card, every time I played this card, the game ended. So, Fighting Against Fate, and then Pan. This card is insane. Shout out to Dustin for literally letting me basically get this from him. And it was super important. Like, every time I seen this card, it almost won me the game, or if it didn't win me the game the next turn. Yeah. Then you have the 1 of Champa. I don't need to.
Of course. Yeah, it's Champa. All right, let's get into the sideboard.
Sideboard was not that crazy. You got the 1 token.
Yep, token. That's the wrong token too, dog.
Yeah, no, I know. I lost my other token. Before, like I think I left it in Joku's room.
Okay.
1 extra secret identity.
So explain it.
These are just, they interchange. So I made 1 on 1. So sometimes this card just becomes insane.
Like against Cell, this is better.
Oh yeah.
And in the mirror match, this is better.
Anything. Yeah, I do that. I literally side this out, and then side this one out, and then put in the secret identity in the mirror. The 1 of this is just. I started in a few times. It just didn't come up. Yeah. You don't need to tap 3 when you usually just kill with Pan.
Yeah.
Quite for the mirror, really.
Yep.
2 extra Deburr for green. Never used it.
No. But Hatchy Jack.
It's for Hatch. I didn't play Hatch.
Hatchy Jack is an annoying ass deck, and if you play against Hatch, you want that.
This was for Sin, but it never came up.
Yeah.
Because I also have this for Sin too.
Yeah.
This card's also for the Gogeta Zeno. I did lock out a Gogeta Zeno to the point where he couldn't do much, but that was nice. Yep. And then 2 Nimbus, which I wish I never played this card, but every time I used this card, I actually died the same turn because they popped off their Unison and then played another Unison, and then they literally just killed me with their last battle card attack.
Tripping.
And this card was a spicy tech. Giancarlo was like, we need this card, and I was like, okay, I'll decide one. I didn't use this card. I think I used it 1 time, just once, the entire day, like between all the matches. Right. But shout out to PPG.
Tell them what it hits.
This is a removal for things that are 5K or less.
It ignores barriers, so it hits like Poutine, BMS, True Fighting Spirit, any problematic 1-drop it kills.
And it ignores barriers.
And it draws a card ignoring barriers. So
this is a nice card.
It's a good card. It's really good.
I think I might set a second one next time.
Yeah.
Because I had 1.
Yeah.
But shout out to PPG. Shout out to everybody at home rooting for me. I appreciate all the posts and the people that just come up and talk to me at Nats. It's been nice to be here again. It's been a long time since I've been at a real event. And we'll see you guys at next Nationals and hopefully another event soon before this one.
Exactly. All right.
Deuces.
Peace.